Here he comes. That's a nice largemouth. Oh, there he comes after it, and he's got it. I saw the wake. Good morning, adventurers. Welcome back to another video. We're out here on the shores of beautiful Lake Travis in Central Texas. I love to do bank fishing. I also love microlight fishing, so I've got my microlight set up, 2-pound line mono, and of course my rooster tail. So what I want to do today, before I ever get down next to the water, see if I can find fish, find where they may be, just by observing the conditions around me. The water's 50 yards away or more, so there's probably no fish right up here, but what I'm looking for is places to fish. So as you can see, we've got this shoreline, a little cove, we've got a little point that comes out and goes around. What else do we see? We see stumps, brush out in the water. So let's get down there, let's make a few casts, let's see how we do, and let's move on to the next spot. All right, adventurers, this is where fishing begins, in this little area. And so obviously there's brush and monkey grass underwater, and we're just going to fish around this sandbar, and we're just going to see what and where we catch fish. We're going to mark it, and then we're going to go back to Navionics and see if there was a reason that we caught a fish there. So while you're watching, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in a minute when we hopefully make our first catch. And look at all this monkey grass. This stuff is free floating and doesn't attach to the bottom apparently, and apparently it doesn't like to live in more than just 1 to 4 feet of water. So it's good for the fish though, they love it. Soft bottom, muddy. So here we go, we're gonna make our first cast. Microlight lures, 2-pound line, first cast. Oh, there's a fish on the second cast. Here's a fish. Feels like a decent little bass. Second cast. I'm hoping it's a big panfish. I love those things. 2-pound line, guys. Oh, it's a bass. It's a nice one. It's a nice one. 2-pound line. I'm just going to baby it and follow it. Like we're tuna fishing. Well, he's running. He's way out there. You probably can't see him, but he's out there. 2-pound line. Drag setting is super important with light tackle. I got my drag set really low. Here he comes though. Here he comes. That's a nice largemouth. There's a nice largemouth. Come on, guys. Come on, guy. I'm gonna let you go. I don't know why he's not jumping. He might jump here though. He's hooked pretty good. Got you. Look at this guy. Second cast on the rooster tail. 2-pound line. Just bringing it along the top of the monkey grass. Beautiful 2-pound largemouth. There's a fish. Okay, that's the second bite out away from shore in that same area. There's got to be a weed edge or a drop off. Ooh, ooh. Okay, you see that, guys? Let's see if we can keep his head up. Nice. Nice jump. What a beautiful jump. What a beautiful fish. Let's just keep it light. Keep it simple. Third bite. Hopefully we can make it the second landed fish, the second catch. Please don't jump. So there's got to be some kind of a ledge or structure out there that's Second fish in the same spot area, like about 20 yards out from shore. Come on, buddy, I'm gonna let you go if you don't get yourself off. Here he goes, there he goes. Oh, I think I blocked the camera. That was a good little jump. Oh, he's not done. He's not done. He's not done. Are you done? Nope, not quite. You're much more feisty than the first one. You're a little smaller too. Look at that guy. He was caught probably 15, 20 yards out from shore. I could feel the monkey grass out there still, so we're still in a little bit shallow water, but maybe there's a weed edge or a little drop off or a ledge or something out there. That's the second bite in that situation, so we're starting to develop a pattern. Back in the water, buddy. You gonna be mad? Yeah, you're gonna be mad. I know, I don't blame you. But there's a big stump right there underwater. A big old stump. I don't think so, probably chargrass. That was a little bite right here in front of me. Tiniest little panfish you've ever seen. Holy moly. Dude, what are you doing? Well, thank you. He was literally right here. These guys like get down in this chargrass and hide. Let me show you what this chargrass looks like. Let's let him go first. Whoa, he took off. This chargrass is really just a floating grass. Thick, not slimy, and it seems to prefer sandy or dirt bottoms, not rocks. Fred, you invading Fred's territory? You're Marco, that's your name. This is the second spot I'm scouting. It doesn't look as fishy on first glance as the other spot. We have a relatively flat looking shoreline, probably continues the same into the water. Kind of featureless. We'll give this a try. You can't catch fish unless you're fishing in the water. Unless you're at one of those carnivals with those little paperclip fish that they... There's a fish finally. Oh, it's a little bassy bass. Is he off? No, he's not. It's been a few minutes since we've hooked a fish. Oh, there's a little guad. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you playing. Appreciate you joining in on the fun and the video. You won't get famous on my channel, unfortunately. So we caught him about 10 yards out from shore. Let's let him go first. See you, buddy. So this is another spot that I'm gonna scout before I fish it. This little sandbar, all this little shoreline and cove looks fishy, doesn't it? But is it actually hold fish? So I would think we would want to hit every one of these little points that stick out, and then look for weed beds and underwater structure like stumps and rocks and, you know, anything that would attract a fish. And then we're gonna go back and review our catches and see what Navionics says about it. We got him, we got him. I saw him bust the surface. He's little, aggressive little booger. Little bitty guy. 6 fish of the day, I think. Okay, thank you, sir. Very nice. Oh, there he comes after it, and he's got it. I saw the wake. Keep you out of those sticks. Decent fish. He was right in the shallow water. Let's see if we can land this one. That'd be perfect for the video. Oh, best fish of the day. He was right in the shallow water. You want to swim right at me? Yes. Choked it. Look at this. All the way down his throat. I watched the strike. I'll show you all here in a second where we hooked him. So that fish was over here in the shallow water in this monkey grass. I cast over there between the stick-ups, would bring it along. You could see the wake of him coming across and nailing it. And then all right, let's see if we can pull a couple more out of here. There's one. Right there in that monkey grass and get away from that stick. There you go, nice little jump. That guy came out from under the monkey grass and ambushed it. I don't know if y'all could see that. Probably couldn't see that. Beautiful little largemouth. All right, don't break my line, man. Nice. So that one was right in the center of this little drain where the deepest spot is, and he was under the monkey grass. I saw him come up off the bottom and hit the lure. I fishing this brightly colored one on purpose so I could see these strikes just like that. Beautiful little 1 pound largemouth. 2 pound line, microlight fishing. Sweet. There's a fish right off that little ledge right there. Perfect example of where to find a bass in late summer. Oh, good jump. There we go. Get over here. 2 pound line. Thank you. So this is a classic example of what I've been trying to fish. First, let's get this beautiful fish back in the water. Nice little largemouth. So that fish was the perfect example of finding a pattern and sticking to it. The pattern we found initially was fishing an edge a little bit offshore. And in this case, he was along a weed edge about 5 feet offshore, but there's a defined weed edge right there. And that was been the pattern for the day. So I just caught this bad boy. I did not know I was not recording. We caught him right along a weed edge here, and he was hanging out right next to a stump in about 2 foot of water. So let's get you back. And anything I see, of course, in the water, I'm going to throw to, but it's what you don't see. Like I see stump, there's an underwater stump right there, stick ups, stump right there in front of us. And I also know there's an weed line edge that goes all the way around here. So, well, yes, I'm going to throw to every piece of cover I see, obviously, but we're going to make at least 1 or 2 casts to the areas we don't know what's there. Oh, there's a fish right by that stump. See, perfect example. Right by that stump. Not a monster, but he was right by that stump. Evaluate your surroundings. Cast accordingly. Nice little is he a guad? No, he's a largemouth. So right next to that stump, I brought the lure right by the stump and he ambushed it. So I like to also fan cast. I'll pick a spot and I'll cast at least 5 around, and I'll make at least 1 cast behind where I just was. So let's keep this going. This is great. So welcome back, guys, to another episode of Behind the Catch. So this morning we want to do a little bank fishing, and sometimes the challenge with bank fishing is not only access, where can I find a place to fish, but where are the fish that we can access from the bank. Well, I like to do several things. If I'm not familiar with the body of water, I'll get on Google Earth, Google Maps, and look for a place to fish. Sometimes it's that simple. Neighborhood ponds, rivers, you can find the bridge access, all that kind of stuff. In this case, we are fishing in the local park that I have access to. I did fish a couple of spots that I have never fished from the bank before. And so what we did is we started out by staying up high away from the bank, in some cases as much as 50 or 60 yards away from the water, and trying to identify a spot that we can potentially catch a fish. This is mid-lake Lake Travis. Right here is the little Point Venture Park that we have access to. So where we fished is here, here, and here. We did fish a little bit along here. Now you have to understand this is not representative of what the water looks like right now. The water is actually lower than this. So but this is where we were fishing. This sandbar right here, this is basically in a big bend of the Colorado River, and it deposits a bunch of sand and silt right here. We call it the sandbar, Point Venture Island. We switch to chart viewer. This is the same area right here. Now the water is like 37 feet below normal, so I'm going to trace the current shoreline right here along that line with my finger. So we fished here in this little indentation here. That's spot number 1. We fished this shoreline, which is representative right here about that dark area. And we fished this little cove, which actually consisted of several fingers pointing out into the shore, jutting out into the shoreline here, here, and here. And those are the 3 areas that we fished. We caught our first 2 fish here along a steep break near weeds. We caught several fish in this area, rock stumps, trees, and weeds underwater here. So that's the short breakdown of the lake and the area we're fishing and the catches we made. So sometimes take a step back, look before you leap, so to speak. Sometimes you can catch fish before you ever cast a line or a lure in the water. I know that sounds silly, but do a little bit of research on where you want to fish. Pick out the high percentage spots and focus on those. Rather than just walking around blind casting everywhere, which does work too. You will catch fish, but our fish were almost all caught, especially the larger fish, in these high percentage areas. And you can do the exact same thing with about 10 minutes of research. I use Google Maps, Google Earth, and Navionics Chart Viewer. All are free on your computer, your tablet, or your phone even, and it pays off. So until next time, stay adventurous, like, subscribe, share, and let us know if you want to see something specific in future videos. Tight lines, have a good day.